Okay, as usual, every week in the portfolio, Microsoft, Nvidia, Google, Altria, United Health, Arista Network, US bonds, an ETF for 70-year bonds, Service Corporation International, Axsome Therapeutics, and 2 new companies that have recently joined the portfolio, CrowdStrike, a company related to cybersecurity, and Oracle. Both entered and then started to fall. Okay, that happens and we can't avoid it. Companies on the watch list are Visa, Amazon, and Taiwan Semiconductors. This is also a company, I've said it many times, I think it should be in every portfolio. Of course, this is not a recommendation. Netflix, about Netflix. I'll be hunting for it too, but not at these prices yet. Let it drop, let it fall from the highs. And that's it for now regarding what I have planned. Portfolio allocation, how much is in what? Rate of return, 1,200 Polish zloty. And here I'd like to pause for a moment because currently there is 11,700 Polish zloty in the account. Here came some new additions. Here came dividends. Microsoft paid a dividend. Then Google and United Health. This week and last week it paid a dividend. As you can see, there's enough for a beer. All right, let's get back to that balance. 11,721 Polish zloty. This is the liquidation balance, meaning deposits plus. The profit that's been generated here is exactly this final balance. And now from a more psychological perspective, a couple of words. If someone started investing and let's say deposited 10,000 zloty, and for example, they can't handle a loss. 2,000 zloty, why am I mentioning this? 2,000? Because here, I think 3 or 4 weeks ago, I don't remember exactly, but if you go back to those earlier live streams, it was around or even over 13,000 zloty. So there's roughly a 2,000 zloty loss here. Maybe not exactly 2,000, but rounding up. And if someone, for example, if they can't handle a 2,000 zloty loss out of a 10,000 zloty deposit, then by depositing, for example, 100,000 zloty, believe me, with a loss of 20,000, we'll do everything irrationally and end up losing even more. That's the psychology of money, the psychology of investing. So I'll be repeating and demonstrating this throughout the project as well. If we want to achieve something, we should do it step by step. Because taking big leaps is very difficult and mentally exhausting. So it's better to add to your portfolio from time to time rather than deposit one large sum and load up on stocks, especially at the worst possible moment when the market is falling. And here, besides adding to the portfolio is also diversified over time and even in terms of currency. Because obviously when I buy American stocks in dollars, I exchange PLN for dollars. And here, the exchange rate is also factored into the price and the exchange rate itself. I don't really worry about it because if things are going well in the world, it's like an Eldorado. Right now, we have an Eldorado. The zloty will always strengthen. But whenever a crisis comes, any crisis, the zloty will lose value. And there is no explanation here because the dollar is weak, because the dollar is bad, because everyone sells the dollar, nobody hates the dollar. Now, because America is in debt, if a crisis comes, everyone will be putting their money into dollars, whether we like it or not. That means that even though American stock markets will be experiencing a significant decline, on the other hand, this financial impact will be completely offset when measured in zloty terms. And this particular point is very important, and I will be discussing it quite often throughout our conversations.